Hi everyone, this is Card Stamping with Clara, and I'm Clara. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today we're going to do something a little bit different than I've done in the past videos. As you know, I'm new to this, so I'm still learning, and I felt like I hadn't done an adequate job letting you know what the free items in the Celebration catalog were. So this week, instead of taking one set and making several different cards from one set, I'm going to show you a sample of what can be made with each of the free items that you can get in this celebration period of time. And it's only good for one more month. It's good till March 31st. And there may be some items that will come in that will be available again, but I think all these items are available now. So this isn't everything, but it's a good sample of what the possibilities are. For the first card that I made here, this one is a thank you card, and it came, it doesn't have a set per se. It is a bundle of designer series paper that I took to make this card. This butterfly image is the one that I chose for this particular card, and on the other side of it, it has a diagonal black and white stripe, which I don't have an example of, but I do have an example of the other paper. So I took one of our framelits and made this little thing that says thank you for all of your endless love and support, and put a little bit of the gorgeous, not gorgeous, I got my tongue tangled up here, the Grapefruit Grove, that's what I'm trying to say, the Grapefruit Grove foil to kind of dress it up a little bit. And in the inside, I put your proof there is good in the world, and put some little butterflies on the inside too. So this was the paper that I chose for this card, and this is balmy blue cardstock that I coordinated with it. So I'm going to lay this one down, and now I'm going to show you these other samples of this particular set of paper. You get 12 sheets, I think 2 of each. On one side, this one is has pretty butterflies on it, and then the diagonal. And this, I forgot to mention, this particular sheet of paper is, it sort of has an ombre look. It's a graduated dark to light color. Then we have this pretty design that's close to the Highland Heather. And then on the back side, it's got little black, a background with little white and black butterflies. In this one, there's all kinds of little butterflies. And on the other side are black and white again. They, on one side is predominantly black and white. And this one is just some greenery in the background and more black and white butterflies. And this is a real pretty bright design of different colored butterflies. This one's got the gingham check on the back. And this one looks like wildflowers with butterflies. And it has little dots on the back. And this is called the Botanical Butterfly Designer Series paper set. So that's one set that you can order with a $50 purchase. These other items, as I come to them, will be with a $50 purchase. You could choose one of these items, and then there's a couple at the end that if you decided to order $100 worth, you could get one of these last couple of items. But I'll show you those in a minute. The first set of stamps that I'm going to show you, I made this card from. It's called Hello Cupcake, and I made it, it says sprinkled with love. And I put a happy birthday on it. The happy birthday does not come in the stamp set, but you could put other things. And then celebrate your day. So that was the card that I made from this set. You can see that it says sprinkled with love, celebrate your day, sweet wishes. And the little cupcake comes in separate pieces so that it's easy to stamp in different colors. There's some little sprinkles, flower, and a little heart like I put on mine. So that set is one that comes with a $50 purchase if you should choose this one. The next card I made is this cute little frog that he's on a unicycle and looks like he's juggling flies, but nevertheless, the little sentiment is you can do anything. I put I used a soft sea foam color, and I ran this thing through one of our embossing folders just to give it a little texture, and then this is the shaded spruce on the back to create a border. And on the inside it says, "Let's celebrate you," and it's got a little dragonfly on it. And in that set, as you can see, it's got the three little flies for juggling or whatever. And then there's another cute little frog wearing glasses, and a cute little frog sitting that you can put a crown on if you choose. This one said "You can do anything." That was the one I used. This one says "Hoppy for you" and "Hey." And then there's the unicycle frog and the little dragonfly. And this, I didn't think to mention, the first one is a polymer set, and this is a cling set. It's a rubber set. So that gives you an idea that this is a real nice quality set. All right. The next one is called "By the Bay," and this is the main image in this particular set. I took some of our Stampin' blends and just colored it the way I felt like coloring it, to be perfectly honest. And then I used some of the Coastal Cabana paper underneath it. I think this is Bermuda Bay that I used, and I had some of these little accents that I decided to put in each corner. And this says "Thinking of You," and "May all your paths lead to happiness." So that card, as you can see, was made from this set, By the Bay. It too, I believe, yeah, it's one of the cling sets, one of the rubber cling sets. And as you can see, the "Thinking of You" is right here. And then there's a nice cute seashell if you wanted to incorporate that somehow or put it on a, in an entirely different card. There's the sentiment I used, "May all your paths lead to happiness." Some cute little seagulls that I saw an example of. They were put on a tag. If you wanted to, accent a little tag of some kind, you could use this one. And then there's a "Thank you." So this one is fairly versatile too. All right, the next one I made is from the Lovely Lattice. All these so far are you can choose one of them with a $50 order. In this one, I used the Stampin' blends to color in the flowers. I believe this was Calypso Coral and Granny Apple Green for the leaves. And I used one of our punches to punch out these little designs in each corner. I thought that, kind of dressed it up. And we have an edgelet that I used to make this border. And on the inside of this one, I used one of our new stamps out of the Occasion catalog, which is says "Hello, dear friend." That seemed to be, one that was appropriate for this particular card. And in this set, this Lovely Lattice set, it's just got the main stamp and it's got a little flower if you want to put one on the inside. And there's actually a little border stamp if you're interested in that. And that too is a cling set. That's one of the rubber stamps. And it stamps really well. Okay. I'm going to switch sides because I've got two different stacks. This card is from the Home to Roost set. I used the real red color, started to make this for a birthday card for my son, and I decided that maybe I would make something different. He is a redhead. That might be a little bit red, I don't know. But anyway, this little rooster I put on one of the little circle, layering circle, it is a circle from the layering circle set with a scalloped around the edges. And I used a punch that we have for this one. I cut the punch out twice, once in black, once in red. And then what you can do is you can split that piece down the middle and use it as a border like I did here. You just spread it apart and put some glue on the back of it, and it'll give it that effect. So you don't have two punches, you just have one punch. And, you know, it's just a matter of the way you glue it together. This is a kind of an aluminum looking colored paper, and we have a embossing folder that makes this beautiful country design, and it's one of my favorites. I think it's so pretty. So I put that on top of the red to give it a nice country look. And then I think I chose this from another set, Can't Believe You're Another Year Older, and put some of the, looks like some kind of grain. I stamped one color, the soft suede, lightly, and then I used the crushed curry and stamped right over top of it, and it looks like it's just, you know, it's just become mature. If you're a country person, you'll understand that. But anyway, this Home to Roost set, it's got some sentiments like thank you for your friendship, just a note, missing you, the rooster and the grain, and it also is one of the rubber cling sets. I haven't put my stickers on. You can put these stickers on the back, and they're supposed to hold really good, so I just hadn't got around to doing it. All right, all those items, any one of them you could choose for a bonus with a $50 purchase. And the last two items, you have to purchase $100 worth of merchandise to get the stamps for these. This is the card that I made from the first one. It's called Lasting Lily. And the thing that I found out is this thing stamps best when everything is level. And you stamp it really level, and the stamp is really clean. And then you get this nice look, and the design shows up really well, and you can see the little pistol in the middle, and it just looks nice that way. This one says, I love our life together, which came from another set, as well as this particular sentiment label. And then I used some of the Flirty Flamingo ribbon. This is Flirty Flamingo color, and this is a little piece of DSP from one of our Valentine sets. And on the inside it says Happy Anniversary. I thought, you know, that might be something that a husband would like to give his wife. I love our life together. Happy Anniversary. So this one was made from this set, and it has several sentiments that I didn't use. I'll mention those. May the constant love of caring friends bring you comfort and peace. Thank you for your endless support and love. I think I used that in one of the others. Our thoughts are with you. You're proof there is good in the world. Dear friend, I adore you with sympathy today and always. For the moments you can't put into words, wishing you well. And as you can see, these come in separate units, and you just build it however you like, is what it amounts to. This is one of the photopolymer sets, though. It's clear in that you can see all the way through it. And as you can see, I've used that one. I've used them several times, but there's a little bit of the red stain left. Okay, so that's one of the two items that you can get from with a $100 purchase. This one is a little card that I made from the Tea Together set. You don't get the set as a free unit, but you are able to get the framelits to cut this out, and then they have the Tea Together stamp set for sale. But this one, I love this little teapot. But anyway, this is a little teapot. I cut it out. I popped it up on dimensionals. And then this little cup, and I put love is a warm cup of tea. I used one of our edgelets like I did on one of the other cards to kind of make it look like a table or tablecloth or what have you. And then on the inside, I took this from the Home to Roost set, Enjoy the Simple Moments, and I put a little flower in this. So this set, I'll show you what comes in it. And there's some really nice Mother's Day sentiments in this, and you may have heard me mention this before, but the sentiment here is, our love is one that covers years through life's joys and sometimes tears, a bond that stands the test of time, mother and daughter, heart intertwined. Then the little sentiment that I used on this one, which is love is a warm cup of tea. And then there's the Happy Mother's Day. I used that in one of the cards last week. One that I really like in this is this little rose stamp. You can stamp it, you can color it, and then there is a framelit that cuts this one out, cuts this one out, and cuts the teapot out, and the cup, and let's see, just a second. I think it's some leaves too. This one is called Tea Time Framelits. And yeah, that's the flowers, yeah, and some extra leaves. And even the little roses, the little rose buds, like right there. So that's the other set, is the framelits that you can get with a $100 purchase. Just the framelits. I don't want to confuse you. Now then, the quick little card we're going to make is this one today. Only I'm going to make it a different color and just slightly different. I'm going to put my sentiment in a different place on this next one. So I have everything already stamped, and I have run it through the my die cutting machine, and I'm ready to go. So it won't take us but a second to put this together. But I thought I would show you how to put one of these together. So here we go. As you know, I like my little bag because I lose everything if I don't have one. But I'll show you how I put it together. All right. I'll lay that over there. That's going to go on the inside. And I decided to cut out a little blue flower. I'm going to glue that in place too. All right. I have the usual 5.5 by 8.5 piece of cardstock. This time I decided to use the blueberry bushel color. I wanted kind of a two-tone color this time, so it's going to make it a little bit different than this one, yellow one that I was showing you. I have a piece of Whisper White that's cut 1/4 inch smaller than the card base. I think I forgot to mention you need to score this card base at 4 1/4 inches and then burnish it with your bone folder. But this is Whisper White. Instead of being 4 1/4, it's 4 inches, and then it's 5 1/4 inches, and this is going to be a horizontal card instead of a vertical card, as you can see. Okay. So I'm not quite ready for the card base to be used yet. I have a piece of the Gala Gingham in Balmy Blue, of which I used one of these edgelets. And I'll show you this pack of edgelets because I don't think I've done that yet. There's 3 edgelets that come in this set. It's called Delicate Lace Edgelets. And here's the die that I used for this particular edge, as well as the other card that I showed you earlier. And, whoops, dropping things again this week. And here's another design. And this is really pretty too. It leaves little flowers. So there's 3 nice edgelets that come in this set. All right. So I measured the Gala Gingham in Balmy Blue to about 1.5 inches. And then I very carefully lined up the edgelet, like I said, and ran it through my die cutting machine. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this to the piece of Whisper White. And I'm using the Mono liquid glue. It's all purpose. Let me see if I know anything. It's usually got a tiny little bit of glue on the end there. And if you prefer bolder gingham checks, then the opposite side of this little one is what you're seeing now, which is the bolder gingham checks. All right, I'm putting a little bit of glue on that, and I'm going to line it up right along the edge. Nice and even. If I can get it done the way I want it, I'll put it that way. Let me reach down here and get a baby wipe. I managed to get glue on my hands, it seems like inevitably. And the baby wipes are handy for that especially. All right. I'll get cleaned up here a little bit. Now then, before I put the glue away, I'm going to go ahead and glue this coffee cup. And there's just really barely enough room to get both of these images on the card, but I think they look really cute together. This is the little rosebud image that you can stamp right in the middle of the cup, which kind of dresses that up. And like I said, I just kind of stayed with a blue theme on this one. Okay. And I'm going to position this one a little bit lower than the teapot. It just makes everything fit a little bit better. Okay. And then, instead of taking glue and putting it on the back of the teapot, and my hands, I might add, I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of the teapot. And I stamped the little flower in the middle of the teapot. You don't have to. You can leave it solid. You can stamp these on white Whisper White paper and, you know, color them any color you want them to be. Or you can use other kinds of paper and, you know, just make them whatever you find that you like. So I'm going to put some of these on. I'll spread them around a little bit. I probably used too many dimensionals, but I just want to be sure that they're where they're supposed to be. Reach up here and get a pair of scissors. I've just about robbed all the edge. Maybe I don't. There we go. I'll just use these tiny little pieces. It just gives me some to put out the spout and around the handle that are tiny, and they'll bend some for me, and they'll still kind of support the these little pieces, these, you know, little areas that might tend to sag down, I guess. As good as any way to say it. Okay. Make sure that's okay. If not, I'll just clip it a tiny little bit. Okay. All right. I appreciate all of you that have subscribed to my channel. It really helps me, and I hope you will enjoy the videos to come. And go to my webpage and find, go to the comment section and leave me a comment, something you'd like to see, or, you know, if you got a constructive criticism, that's okay too. Just, you know, I appreciate you stopping by and taking a look. Like I said, this is a little bit different video, but hopefully it'll give you some idea as to what's available. I'm not like the ladies that have been doing this for a while. I'm having to learn as I go, and I'm sure I'll make mistakes, but hopefully I'll learn what they are and correct them. Okay, now then, we're going to try to make this little teapot look like it's going to pour some tea into the cup. For me, it'd probably be coffee. I'm a coffee lover, but not everybody is. Just ask my daughter and she'll tell you. She's not much of a... Well, let's see. I'll use this one. I think she wonders, how do I drink that stuff? But I grew up drinking it, and I guess I will till I die. So, all right. I'm going to take this little sentiment, the one that I put on the cup. Whoops, those little things are flying everywhere. As you can see, I put it on the cup here. But I kind of thought maybe it would look better in that area. Sometimes what you do when you make a card and you take a look at it and you think, you know, I kind of like to see what this other thing looks like. Okay. I'm just going to put it, kind of center it in that area. Or try to. Maybe I should say more correctly. Okay. There we go. You didn't... Yeah, sometimes I get ahead of myself. You could wait until you get this piece glued to this one to put on those pieces with dimensionals, because they are, you know, raised up a little bit, but we hope this isn't going to pose a problem. Something I might mention is that when I stamped the teapot and the cup, and before I cut them out, I used the blueberry bushel instead of the balmy blue, and it kind of makes it stand out a little bit more. If you prefer the balmy blue and a little less bright, then that's fine too. It's just a matter, so many of these things are just a matter of personal preference. Okay, let me see if I can get this lined up today. I believe that's all right. Went on a little better than they sometimes do, for which we're thankful for, I might add. Okay. I first stamped this, as you can see, and then I decided, you know, I think I want my little rose, little flower, to have the same color as the front, so pick up some of that color from the front. So all I'm going to do is stamp right, put this right over it, glue right over it, and you'll never know that this was a second thought instead of the first thought. So there you go, and I've already stamped "Enjoy the Simple Moments," just to save time. Let me open this up and get this glued into its proper place. Hope you're having a good day today. I am videoing this in the afternoon. I'm usually babysitting my grandson in the afternoon. Unfortunately, he's not feeling well today, and there's nobody like Mama when you're kind of feeling poorly, and he's got a respiratory infection and an ear infection, and Hopefully not the flu, I'll put it that way. What that little piece of white is. There it went. Okay. But the doctor gave him some antibiotics, so hopefully he will be back on his feet shortly. All right. Now then. All right. So that makes a really cute card, I think. I think the combination is cute. And there again, the inside. It always helps to put just... I slipped that thing, by golly. How about that? Well, that won't do. I had it perfect, and then I did a little slide number on it. I'm gonna see. This might be where my little tool, look here. This has got a little tiny blade on the back of it. On the other end, I should say. It's very thin. And if you need to scoop something up, like I'm doing right now, look how easy this is. Okay. All right. Now, if I didn't ruin it, I can put some more glue on it and glue it back down. And if I find that it's unacceptable, what you do, instead of throwing your whole card away, and I hope that won't be the case. I hope I can take the bone folder. I think I'm going to be able to. But if you do have something like that slip and you don't realize it until after the fact, you can just basically cut yourself another piece. Anything that's raised, I would take something like this and, you know, shimmy it underneath and lift it off so it won't be lumpy. Because, you know, if you glue over a raised area, it's going to look lumpy. But look at that. When I use the bone folder to go over it, you'll never know. Now, like I said, it's, you know, I think I need to take the bone folder and go over it. But I'll not do that this very second. But there you go. All right, all done with this. And I'm going to show you one other thing today. And hopefully it's just for your consideration. It's something that you may or may not be interested in, but if I tell you about it, at least you'll know. I'll put it that way. This is the little celebration catalog. Like I said, this is going to be over March 31st. And with me getting started new, I didn't get a lot of this information out there, but it's not too late. I'll put it that way. If you want to join Stampin' Up, this is probably the best time of year to do it. You can join at other times of the year, but they usually give you a better deal this time of the year. This year, they've got one of two options. You get $175 worth of Stampin' Up! Products for $99, and you can join. Now, if you join, you're making a commitment to buy, they say $300, but it's $300 less 20%. And that's what it'll be, because you get a discount if you decide to join. And option 2, you get $175 worth of Stampin' Up! Products, plus this, as they call it, exclusive craft and carry tote that they say is valued at $50, and you get the $175 worth of merchandise and the tote for $129. Now, the lady that I joined under explained to me that you can join, and if you're not happy, you can discontinue it before the quarter's up, and there's no foul. You just tell them that you don't want to do that, and you know, you still got a really good deal for some product. You can do that at any period of time. And what amazed me was say you join today or next week, sometime during this period, and you go for 3 months and you make the minimum purchase, and then you go for another 3 months and you decide, no, I'm not sure I want to do this anymore. You can quit, and then come Christmas time, you might want to, you might regret that you have discontinued your membership, or you're becoming an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And they'll let you go back and get the deal all over again from January to March if you want to, and become a part of Stampin' Up! Again, which is kind of wild to me, but that's the way they do business. And as the lady above me, Mary, said, there's not much way to lose if you're interested and you want the product. It's like I said, if you want to get started and you want to buy some product at a good deal, this is the time to do it. And in addition to being able, with this joining of Stamping Up, you can still get free items. One of these free items that I showed you, you don't have to lose your freebies because of that. And anybody that's trying to get started, I know it's hard. I've spent a year now getting a lot of my things together, and just now in the last 5-6 weeks I've really started doing videos. But I wanted to get things in place as best I could. You can do it as you afford, as you can afford to do it. And I haven't regretted it. I really enjoy this craft. I had no idea that I would enjoy it as much as I have. But what I started to say was, and I'm having one of these senior moments, is in addition to anybody that will make a $50 purchase, I will give you your first ink pad, the Memento Tuxedo Black, or if you've already got that particular ink pad, I'll just send you a refill. So that's another little bonus just to say thank you if you decide to join, or if you decide to just purchase $50 worth of stuff and get one of these things free, and then I'll still give you an ink pad or a refill, whichever you prefer. So that's pretty well covering it for today. I hope this has been beneficial to you. At least you have some of the information that I had not properly gotten out there to you yet. And like I said, I'm learning, and maybe next year I will be ready to go on the first day. But I'm just getting started, and there again, I just wanted to give you the information that you needed. I thank you for your time. I appreciate any of you that will push that subscribe button. I also have a host code here for February. That's for anybody that spends less than $150. Put that code in, and I'd appreciate that. That helps me. And if you spend as much as $150, don't use it. You can get $15 worth of free merchandise. So there you go. It's a mouthful. At first it was overwhelming to me. I thought, I will never get all this stuff straight as to, the promotions and the freebies that you get with this or that or the other. But it's not as bad as it first sounds. So I hope y'all have a good week. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you'll be able to join me again in our next video. And as I've said before, may the good Lord bless you and keep you and your family this coming week. Thank you.